Everybody, my name is Jae. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, or she, her, hers. I am a black and queer person that was unlucky enough to grow up in West Bend, Wisconsin. So I want to start by talking a little bit about allyship. So the Assistant Superintendent of the West Bend School District, Laura Jackson, met with the Multicultural Club on multiple occasions to better understand the realities of Black and Indigenous people of color in the high schools. After we relived our trauma over and over again, she promised to act. She promised to make changes in the district, and we have yet to see any changes. This is when I first learned of performative allyship. Performative allyship is when a member of a non-marginalized group professes support of a marginalized group with the hope of some sort of reward without doing any real work to dismantle the systems that oppress them. The district is full of this. I spent 17 years in West Bend, and I have seen injustice at every level in the district. From aides to teachers to administrators, West Bend staff never failed to allow white supremacy to keep its place in their classrooms, buildings, and minds. To West Bend, racism is debatable. My existence is political. You have the choice to be racist or not. You have the choice to hate me or not, and you will still be accepted fully in the school without repercussions. Even in class debates, we argue over Black Lives Matter as if whether or not I matter is debatable. They won't protect us because the West Bend School District cares more about pleasing white community members than protecting its students of color. Principal Ralph Schloss has also been completely useless in protecting us. Several times when racism has been reported to him, he has failed to act. I've seen him minimize acts of bigotry throughout the years, and he has done nothing to change the ways of himself, the school, or the community. I'm calling on the district's new superintendent to make the changes those before her failed to do. When I was forced to leave West Bend after a final racist incident that left me completely broken, teachers were shocked at what I had gone through. The racism I was experiencing every single day was not perceivable to them at all. We need educated and anti-racist staff. It is hard to solve a problem that you cannot or will not see. The teachers union wouldn't even support our initiatives. On top of teachers being shocked, I also had white community members invalidate my experiences and tell me what I was experiencing wasn't real, and that I accused everyone of racism, because they knew more about racism than me, right? White people invalidating people of color is not something I'm not used to, because it's easier to say that my experiences aren't real than to recognize that you're doing something wrong. Experiences and re-traumatize myself, but instead I'll just say that racism in West Bend led me to believe that I was ugly, that I was stupid, and that I was useless.
Never!
And I'm still unlearning this. I struggle to speak up or take up space, which is why this right here is super hard for me. Love you! Black kids are taught in West Bend, and it is really hard to succeed when everyone else believes that you will fail, and that your fate is already sealed based on stereotypes. I also lost most of my friends due to racism in West Bend. West Bend continually fails its students of color, and our demands are not too much to a district that truly cares about achieving excellence for all, or to a district that strives to be trauma sensitive, considering racism is trauma. I'm assuming all of you here consider yourself to be allies, so I want to talk about what that really looks like. I recently read a tweet that talked about how white folks see racism as a black issue they need to empathize with instead of a white issue. White folks force black folks into areas to be monitored by police. There's a reason there are so few black folk in West Bend. White folks force black folks White folks systemically murder us and allow us to be murdered. White folks created white supremacy and perpetuate white supremacy, but still believe that racism is a black issue. And this is so that they can feel like they're going the extra mile other than the bare minimum when they say Black Lives Matter or they post a black square on Instagram.
Yeah.
None of you are looking at this issue from the outside in. You're not a hero. You are the issue. Sit with that. Allyship or being an accomplice, which are two different things that you should look into, take uncomfortable work where you are forced to challenge the same systems that educated you and that built you. It requires a complete examination of yourself and your thoughts. It is exhausting, but not as exhausting as being black.
Yeah.
You are either constantly and unapologetically anti-racist or you are racist. There's no between. There's no neutral. You either actively work to dismantle the systems that uphold white supremacy or you preserve these systems and therefore oppression. So I need you to decide, will you help us make West Bend and the world safer for Black and Indigenous people of color? Will you challenge racism in your friends, yourself, your family, and your coworkers? Or will you stay comfortable and therefore culpable in our deaths? All cops are bastards. Defund the police. All white people are inherently racist. Black Lives Matter. None of those are debatable. Thank you for listening.
Yeah!